Happy 11/11 portal. So today we're going to do a 3-part reading. This is going to be for the 11/11 portal. So if you're catching it, don't forget to comment 11/11 and claim this beautiful message. The first portion that we're going to get into is going to be for love, twin flames, and the union path. For the love and the twin flames, we do have what is being revealed as our first energy. So this is going to be the cord that we kind of jump into. That message is going to be the Hanged Man. That is going to be Pisces energy as well, but that's going to describe having a different perspective, sacrifice, letting go, delay, silence, suspense, and surrender. So we're going to go ahead and clarify that message, but essentially there is a different perspective that somebody is having. Normally the Hanged Man does give this idea of stagnancy, complacency, stalled energy. It's kind of frozen in this midpoint, paralyzed type of energy. But with that being said, it's also very much having a different perspective. I feel like there's Aquarius energy in that too. So certainly Pisces and Aquarius very at the cusp of like this illusion and moving through it, right? Now, with that being said, we do also have what is being healed. So what's being healed right now is the Nine of Pentacles. This has to do with money and finances, abundance, wealth, luxury, single, financially independent, beautiful, and attention. So I feel like for a lot of the love connections in the twin flame, here's the elements of Nine of Pentacles, which can oftentimes depict a very earth element, right? Virgo energy, but it could depict an energy where somebody desires autonomy or financial stability within themselves. And this is also a strong foundation for themselves as well, if you think about it that way. Next, we have what is aligning. So we do have the Knight of Pentacles, okay, Virgo energy again right here. This is talking about a solid offer, stagnancy, energy, patience, hardworking, responsible, slow-moving, and persistent. Now, to clarify that, we do have Death card and the Knight of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so this indicates that there is a transformation. I wanted to say reformation, so there could be something that is reforming, that is shifting and changing dynamics. Communication, Scorpio energy, air energy. It looks like that is Gemini. Looks like that's Gemini energy right there. And so it does feel like here's this aspect of twins too, right? But at the same time, the Knight of Swords is there's communication that is changing and it's going to be more consistent. It feels like this could be somebody, this could be you communicating your feelings, being more vulnerable. Four of Pentacles is really coming out with this also. So let me know how that resonates. Next, we have what the heart already knows, and we do have the Two of Swords. So I did pre-draw these initial energies out because I wanted to establish a little bit more clarity on them. As far as what the heart knows, the Two of Swords often indicates a indecision or some sort of confusion or trying to make a pathway towards this, right? But when we think about this, it feels like there's some sort of strategy and also choice, which is a yes or a no type of energy. We do have options and confusion and avoidance as well. So to clarify that could be that somebody has made a decision through the stagnancy of this Hanged Man, having a different perspective, looking and fulfilling their own needs, and then therefore taking action towards seeing clearly what they want, right? As there is a rebirth with communication going forward. Clarify an additional message for Two of Swords, Spirit. We do have Page of Swords. Wow. We have the King of Swords. I'm going to keep him on the bottom, but we have Justice and the Page of Swords. Okay, so there's a huge balance for one. This is a decision. So there is, through this Two of Swords, they're seen and having a decision. Maybe they've been researching. This is you again as well. Maybe you've been researching. Maybe you've been trying or coming up with new ideas on how to create something. Because it is the Page of Swords and the Two of Swords, I feel like this is communication. Again, this is that reform, right? Like transformation on the communication. The Knight of Swords is forward, rapid. It could have been that there was volatile type of communication, very chaotic communication. It wasn't something stable and it wasn't something grounded. It was just very much like, and then it kind of reverted back to closing up a little bit. To move into that a little bit more, with the King of Swords on the bottom, I do feel like this is somebody who is being more practical and logical in their form of communication, just meaning that they're a little more calculated, a little more structured with it, right? So let's go ahead and ask, what do you need to hear? Let's see. Spirit, show us what this connection is ready to move towards. Since we have balance and a new beginning, wow, the Devil and the Ace of Cups. Devil is Capricorn. It could be stability, but the devil is very grounded earth, okay? Sometimes when somebody or something is very rooted in material obsession, material growth, it's very imbalanced. So if we are saying what is it that the connection is going into, we have the Ace of Cups as well. There could be that there is healing through and grounded elements of emotion, okay? That's really what I'm feeling. And I like that idea. I do like that energy. The Seven of Pentacles and the Fool card is on the bottom as well. So this could indicate that there is a new beginning as somebody is planting new seeds, something that is going to be long term. We have the Knight of Pentacles, which always seems to be like the longest path. It is something that has taken quite a bit of time. It's not something that's happened overnight. It's not somebody who has evolved over, night. This is somebody who's evolved and taken some time to really get to where they need to be. I'm going to pull one card for Divine Masculine and one for Divine Feminine within this particular 1111 portal. Again, this is going to be for the Twin Flames, the journey within that, and the union. The Hierophant. Wow. Well, I guess we don't need to pick too much. I didn't even say which. I'm going to say this is for the collective of it. The Hierophant, that just talks about commitment. It talks about spiritual guidance, tradition, marriage, teacher, advice. But to break that down, essentially, I feel like there's more of a stable connection within self. But as you have more inner union, you will start to attract that by which is in alignment with you in that commitment, okay? So what does the feminine need to hear? Feminine, High Priestess. Seven of Swords came out too, though. So I think that for the feminine, there's been a lot of self-sabotage, or there could be a lot of deceptive behavior and patterns that have been, I would like to say extinguished, because Justice is the balance, Devil and the Ace of Cups. There's been a lot of love refilling, and that is overturning this devilish energy. For the feminine, there is a higher knowing, empath, secretive, as well as hidden truths and metaphysical, psychic signs and synchronicities on where this has been, what lessons needed to be learned and mitigated. Strength card at the bottom as well. For the masculine, we have the King of Swords coming out again. So he definitely wants to continue to talk. I feel like this masculine has learned to be more logical, not unheart-centered or disheart-centered, if you will, but just more practical, more structured, more calculated, more intellectual, and I feel like they're grounding this energy. King of Swords is Gemini, but it could also represent that there's an element of, we got the Five of Wands. It could be this element, this masculine has decided to stop fighting themselves, it feels like. 10 of Pentacles too, so they're bringing something in more stable. This 10 of Pentacles does talk about marriage, stability, financial security, family, legacy, community, and good health. So let's move on to part 2. So when we talk about part 2, this is going to be for sovereignty in the collective, okay? This is going to be self-serving. This is also what patterns they're releasing, and also what you are navigating, what you're really looking at. Okay, so I pulled some cards separately, and this is a really beautiful message. So the first question coming out is how the collective is really stepping into themselves. Now, in the other tarot deck, we do have the High Priestess as well. Again, if this message is resonating, claim it by commenting 1111. This is a beautiful portal energy. So we have the High Priestess and the Two of Wands for what they are stepping into. This is using the signs and synchronicities, allowing their higher self to lead them now. Perhaps they receive a lot of, messages, guidance. Their guides are guiding them. It's not just their own very practical, like earthly type of energy, right? They're allowing their higher self to mitigate the situation. Two of Wands is them leading into a new path and really planning and strategizing. Again, listening to their higher self is really the important part there. Now, we did have the Seven of Swords and the High Priestess for the feminine in regards to love, and specifically how they are kind of connecting. Now, as far as what the old patterns that are being released are, we do have the Star card and the Seven of Swords. So there's a lot of healing going on. There is a lot of healing on any self-sabotage, deceptive behavior, whether this is through you, yourself, and or you've had people in your life that have resembled, mirrored this back to you, reflected. So if you've had deceptive people, if you've had a lot of, people that have, perhaps you've seen them self-sabotage the good things in their life, this is a reflection on you. And you have now released this energy. As you begin to pull in and go within, you start to heal this part of yourself. I love this last message, more importantly, because this is talking about what self-source sovereignty looks like. The first card coming out is the King of Pentacles. Then we have the Six of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Ace. And we quite literally had, if you look at part 1 for the love message, the Devil and the Ace of Cups come out. And the Six of Pentacles is talking about reciprocal balance as well. The King of Pentacles talks about them, you as a collective, man or a woman, you are really grounding in your own stable foundation. Okay, with the King of Pentacles, it's very logical, it's a builder, it is a provider, it's a provisionary, right? I feel like this is a very creative individual too, but somebody who has the ability to co-create some sort of foundation and stability. Finding inner balance with their shadow, okay? Because the devil doesn't always have to be the worst thing and get rid of. It is simply somebody's shadow. So if we have vices or tendencies or patterns and cycles, we have found balance in them, okay? It's important to realize that our ego is not our enemy, and we should not be trying to dissipate that. We need to integrate that shadow, integrate our ego, and learn how to balance and find balance in things that we do. And naturally, the Ace of Cups is coming out again. Let me see, where is it at? Yeah. I have the 2 cards right here. So we have the Ace of Cups here and the Devil. So it's quite literally the same message, right? And I really, really like this because it's talking about, as a collective, individually, you are becoming more sovereign by learning how to mitigate your own shadow, learning how to accept those parts of yourself and not allowing your shadow perhaps to lead you in your reality or in your co-creation, okay? So that's a beautiful message. The bottom of the deck for sovereignty is the Knight of Swords. Again, we have the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Wands. This is you walking away and using, I feel like, using your voice to articulate. So you don't have to feel like you're wounded, a victim, and or protecting yourself on any extreme. The third part of this 1111 portal reading is going to be for the collective and shifting conscious state of wealth, material abundance. We do have the wheel turning in favor of the Wheel of Fortune. This is after I've been shuffling a little bit. Please be aware that I saw the Justice card, which Justice appeared already in the first deck with love, balance, of course, Libra energy, correction is kind of coming through as well. And with this, we also saw the Emperor, okay, as I picked up the deck. So the Emperor wanted to come out and show this is stability, this is inner masculine, this is decision, making choices, working towards something, taking action, inspired action. It's not just taking any action, it's taking inspired action, which is really relevant, especially with the Justice. So there has been a balance of the mind and the heart, and they are leading in this very direct correlation. So what is it the collective needs to know with regards to the material wealth? Two of Swords also came out at the beginning. The Hanged Man, I love it. We have some repeat energies here. This is somebody who was confused, and this could be you, the collective, okay? So take it as it resonates to you, or a cross watcher for somebody else. But this is somebody who has been coming out of confusion. They've been stale or stagnant with the Hanged Man, but also Pisces energy. We have Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini with the Two of Swords. But this is an element of you using your discernment and really learning that collaboration, working with other people, or maybe even working with somebody that you are in partnership, connection, romance, right? It doesn't have to be specifically romantic, but this is the message coming through. And this is where you've been gaining a different perspective. And so this different perspective is really allowing you to move forward, okay? What else do we need to hear for the collective? The Eight of Pentacles. So it's imperative that you continue to put energy and effort and action towards the things that you want. Discipline, structure are really coming to mind, especially with the King of Pentacles and the Emperor coming out. Ten of Cups is also realizing that you as a collective, it is important to fill your cup, fill your intentions, fill your happiness and joy. Make sure that you are emotionally fulfilled, because when you are emotionally fulfilled, you are able to provide from an overfilling cup, right? Hence we have the Ace of Cups twice in two different decks. What else do we need to hear? I said Ace of Cups. You guys caught it. You caught it. 3 cups. I love it. I love it. Just because I'm going to show you, we have 3 aces of cups here. So this is complete iteration, reiterating that, you know, the cup of love. The cup of love. Now, if there was any confusion or you were overbalancing or overstimulating yourself with too many things, the universe is asking you in your mirror, your reflection, how can you choose one thing? 1432, 432 down, 1111. So those could be numbers as well. 432, 1111, 444, 3, 3, 3, and 2, 2, 2. So with the Ace of Cups in all, I'm just writing this down real quick, you guys. With the Ace of Cups coming out, we do have this, again, like I said, filling your cup of love, ensuring that that is enabling you to really provide or do in abundance, not out of lack, not out of basically just lack. It is just lack. What else do we need to hear for the collective on this element of stability and expansion and where they connect with one another? Stability and expansion. Now, Judgment's on the bottom of the deck. Ace of Swords is coming out a little wildly. Expansion and stability with the Eight of Swords. It feels like there's this element of staying locked in your mind. Judgment's being called on that though, so it's like you're being forced or visually stimulated, having awareness, Ace of Swords energy, having clarity, downloads, epiphanies, signs, in order to move away from this lack, okay? Five of Pentacles, definite lack, abandonment, rejection energy, but at the same time, self-worth, okay? What you believe you deserved. If you believed you're Johnny Appleseed and you deserved less than, you're going to see that. But with what is coming out is that you're awakening to yourself, holding yourself back, how you've been limiting yourself perhaps, and how you are meeting the stability and the expansion. How are they connecting together, okay? You are grounding in by that King of Pentacles in the other reading and creating Six of Pentacles. We have the Six of Pentacles there as well with stability, the King of Pentacles, and then, yeah, the Hierophant here. There's been a bigger lesson too, and there's also perhaps different stability and what is that? Expansion. With the Hierophant, there's contracts, commitments, new relationships, new partnerships, allowing and enabling you to move to smoother shores, finding more of an abundant state, okay? Moving away from any distress. Again, this feels like collaboration. Yellow, solar plexus, the heart chakra, emotions are the blue, the water. The feminine, Queen of Pentacles, here is abundance, but not only that, it's self-assured, it's certainty, it's conviction, it's very stable. She is a nurturer as well. So there is this element of you moving into this stability. I love, love, love. The Ten of Pentacles came out. So we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles here. So this is really confirming that there is this fulfillment, this abundance, right? When stability and expansion converge, we find abundance, okay? Seven of Swords again. This is the third time we've seen the Seven of Swords. Don't let your fears alter, get in the way, stop you in any self-sabotaging way. And don't allow other people to come in your reality that are deceptive. Because if that is the deception that they are reflecting to you, it is a part of yourself that you are navigating out of. If you would like any of the free worksheets that I do offer, please feel free to email me. My contact information is on my link in the bio, along with my website. The Hermit is it's really encouraging to go within. I love the Magician too, because it's talking about an alchemist. So you've been definitely alchemizing any and all of this energy, removing any limitations, any subconscious fears, any programmings, and any emotional intensity, I feel. King of Pentacles coming out again, you guys, with the Six of Pentacles and the Devil we had out quite a few times. So continue to do the work, remove the fear, and you're actually going to step more into this stable energy, which is that expansion as far as stability goes, okay? Last card, Justice. Now, we did have Justice on the other deck as well. Where are you at? Yeah. We have Justice here as well. So, again, won't come out with the deck. So we have Justice. Justice kind of appeared more than once in the deck, even as I was shuffling. So here is an illumination of balance. You balance your mind and your heart. You're able to come into some sort of convergence with union, physical, tangible, partnership, soulmates, very much this love energy. But at the same time, you're also stabilizing yourself, which is enabling you to move forward. Let me know how this resonates. Don't forget to comment 1111 to claim.